So today we're looking at finding the midpoint of a line. Now this is to be calculated using coordinate and number skills, not to be measured. Regularly these graphs will not be drawn to scale, so you need to be able to justify and you need to be able to show your working out. What we've got here in our first example, and you'll be doing this one, is again Cartesian grid, and on here I've drawn three lines, I can't count, A, B and C. Now what we want to do is we want to find the midpoint of these lines, i.e. the point that's in the middle. Now with these midpoints, sometimes they will not be whole number answers, and you've got to expect that at the level mathematics you're doing now. So we want to find out what is the coordinate that is halfway along this line. Okay, so the way we need to do this is we need to actually find the coordinates of the beginning of the line and the end of the line. So this one here is -2, 2, and this one here is 6, 5. It's also worth noting that these types of questions are about 3 2-mark answers. We're expecting you to spend time on these. They're not going to be quick, easy answers. Okay, now looking at A closely, we have two sets of coordinates, -2, 2, and we have 6, 5. And basically we want to know which coordinate is halfway between here and here. If you think about it on a number line, we could find the halfway point between -2 and 6, and we could find the halfway point between 2 and 5. And taking the x and the y in two pairs will give us that halfway point. So what is halfway between -2 and 6? Now some of you will be able to say straight away and you'll know the answer. Others of you will need to do a calculation. Okay, so the difference between 6 and -2 is 8. Therefore half of 8 is 4. Therefore 4 from -2 is 2. And 4 away from 6 is also 2. So that midpoint there is 2. Again, some of you can do this mentally and you can find the midpoint between 2 and 5. Some of you need to do a jotting. The difference between 5 and 2 is 3. She says, pushing her paper off the edge. Half of 3 is 1.5. Therefore, 1.5 between 2 would be 3.5, and just to double check, 1.5 and 5 is also 3.5. Now I've done this all mentally, and now I'm going to plot it. So I'm plotting the coordinate 2, 3.5, 2, 3.5, and when I plot the midpoint, visually we can see it looks halfway along the line as well. But as I say, be aware sometimes these graphs are not drawn accurately. It's the numbers that are important. Okay, let's do B together. We have the coordinate 2, -2, and we have the coordinate 8, -4. Okay, so jotting it down again, 2, -2, need to find the midpoint, 8, -4. Okay, and again, some of you can do this mentally, some of you will need to do some jottings. So the midpoint between 2 and -4 must be -3. -2, -3, -4 is the midpoint. And the midpoint between 2 and 8 is is 5. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so some of you do it mentally, some of you do it with a calculation. So if we actually plot 5 minus 3, the point is on the line and it is the midpoint. Okay, C. Same principle again. Find the coordinates first of all. -3, -4, and -7, 5. -3, -4. That's where I'm going to put the midpoint. -7 and 5. Okay, and again you're looking for the middle value. What's the value in between? Okay, now another way you can do it, if you can't do it quickly and mentally, is you can always do a number line. -3, oh hang on, let's put that the traditional way around, -7, -3. Okay, so if we came back one, we get -6, -4. There we go, -5 in the middle. So sometimes a jotting can help as well. Let's do that same method of jotting on this one. -4, 5, -3, 4, -2, 1, 1, 0. So what is the midpoint there? It's minus. Why can I not write things clearly? -1/2. And as I say, sometimes they do not come out as whole number answers. When we plot the point -5.5, we can see that it is on the line and visually it looks right. Copy out this diagram, work out the coordinates and then plot the midpoints. Right, so we have 2, 1 and 2, 2. D, 2, 1. What did I put 2, 2 for? 6, 5. I was totally out on that. Please excuse me. 2, 1, 6, 5. Midpoint is 4. Midpoint is 3. 4, 3. It's on there. E. Minus 6 is not very clear. -5. -5. -2, 5. So again, jot them down. -2, 5, -5, 5. Well, that midpoint is obvious because that's a 0. -2, -5. The midpoint is -3.5. Midpoint on the graph. Final one, 7 -2, -5. Oh, no, sorry, 0 -5. Running out of room on my paper. 7 -2. Midpoint 3.5. Midpoint -3.5. Plot the point and it's on the line.